Hello everybody, and welcome to the second gaming vlog. Yes, you probably thought that the first one was a one-off thing and I'd never do another one, but nope, here I am with another one. The reason it's been so long since the last one is I haven't really had that much to talk about gaming-wise, but there's a few things I wanted to go over now. Well, as you know, I'm continuing the 5 things I've been doing. Probably the next thing you're going to see is a little bit more of that Mario hack that was made by my, forum member, CMB, also known as Sims 2 user on the forums. Probably going to play more of his hack. But I had an idea for Civ 3 that I think might interest a lot of you Civ 3 viewers. As you probably know, I like to play a whole bunch and just make a big chunk of episodes at once and then upload them all at once. Well, I was thinking instead of doing it that way, I would still record a whole bunch of episodes at one time, but instead of uploading them immediately, I would keep them on my hard drive and maybe upload 1 or 2 a day, depending on how many I had. So that way, even if I only play Civ 3 every now and then, you'll still have a daily Civ 3 episode. And I think that would be very cool for those fans of Civ 3, and I know there's many of you still. So that's just an idea I had on that, because sometimes when you go and you see that somebody has uploaded 8 new videos, you often don't have time to watch all 8 videos. You might watch the first one or the last one and just forget about the rest. Or you might watch 1 or 2 and say you're going to get back to it eventually, but then you forget and you move on to other things. So I have the feeling that when I upload 8 Civ videos in one night, people are missing out on some of them just because it's a little bit too much all at once. So I'm thinking that recording them all at once but uploading 1 a night would be a good idea. You know, space things out a little bit and give people something constant, something consistent on the channel. Anyway, as far as Sims 2 stuff goes, because I know Sims 2 fans are the biggest contingent on this channel, Sue's World is next. I don't want to make any promises, but I will probably be making that not too long from now. SimCity speaking, I'm only going to make 1 more episode, or 1 session at least, of recording before I get to the beginning of my new big city. So what I mean by session is, I'll sit down and play SimCity, and if the video is too long for 1 video, in my opinion, I'll split it up into 2, possibly 3, but no more than 1 more session before I choose the name, do the thing that I talked about, which was pick out a few names from your suggestions that you've made, and there's some good ones, so I have some material to work with, and then put it up for a vote. Then the winner of that vote will be the name of the big city. I'll still be accepting names for, villages and neighborhoods within the big city, because there's going to be a lot of them. And so that will be going on. And of course, Minecraft is an ongoing thing. A lot of people have mentioned that it's taking on the character of an LP more and more because of all the cave exploration episodes, and I can't really disagree, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that with any kind of consistency. I mean, exploring caves is cool, but something tells me that if I show too many, it's going to become repetitive. So Minecraft, I plan to just sort of go back to how I was doing, where I will either show updates for what I have been doing in the world, or I will show construction videos for the Great Library or other projects. Because Minecraft is sort of my game right now, where if I just want to sit back and not really do anything else, just chill, I'll just play Minecraft and make stuff and do things. And, with no pressure to do anything really impressive that I want to put on a video. But I'll put it on a video anyway for updates and such. I mean, not everything I've done I have shown. and you know, it's the great library stuff that I want to show because it's a very big project. Now, as far as the future of the channel, you know, once again, I'm still trapped within the same problem that I got myself into, because most of the games that I'm doing are endless. Literally, 3 of the 5 are endless. Sims 2, SimCity, and Minecraft are endless games. Like, they will not end unless I end them myself. Civ 3 does have an end, but it's a very long game. This hack is the only thing that's going to end in a reasonable number of episodes. So, it's kind of too bad, because I want to do more things in the future. I do want to do more platforming type games and, you know, classic Nintendo and Sega things. You know, just branch out a little bit. I don't know, it's one of those things that's kind of like a bug that keeps coming back to me once in a while. You know, it will come, then it will go away, then it will come again. Where I just want to do something different. You know, because all these strategy and simulation games are all heavy and hot and, you know, tense and everything. Sometimes I just want to chill with a nice platforming game for you all, and it's kind of a difficult thing to do at this point because my fan base, if you want to call it that, has been built up around these simulation and strategy games, so they're not going to react with as much interest to a platforming game. Although I'm not sure, because I think that most people who are subscribed to me are also subscribed to people like Chugga Conroy and Nintendo Capri Sun, who do primarily, you know, platforming type games. So, I don't think it's impossible to get some crossover appeal, as I like to call that. But the only problem is I only have a limited time to record things, obviously, being a working person. And when I already have 5 things going on at once, it's, you know, any new thing is necessarily going to take away from something else. I mean, I don't want to really put anything aside, and that's kind of a issue I've been having, because nothing is really getting the attention it should be getting. I mean, if I had no job, I'd be able to make as much videos as I wanted and cover them all adequately, but, you know, until I get as many subscribers as Nintendo Capri Sun, which is like 100,000 or more, until I get that many subscribers, I'm going to have to, you know, be a working citizen and just do this on the side. And let's be honest, the chance of getting that many subs is pretty unlikely. So, I mean, there might come a time where I'll have to cut down some of the things. I mean, the hack will end, and I'll be able to do more platforming games after that. You know, Civ 3, this LP will end, although it might be 100 episodes. I really have no idea. Sims 2, I think, no matter what, I'll just keep continuing it at roughly the rate I have been. You know, my interest for Sims 2 goes in and out, like other things. But I am aware that it is the most successful thing on my channel, so I don't want to, you know, I don't want to cut that back any more than it has been. SimCity, I'm not sure. I might take a break before delving into the big city. I might do a thing. I don't know. I'm tossing around different ideas of how I can manage this, you know, the possibility of doing new, shorter platforming type games from, you know, the early 90s, maybe the 80s, late 90s even. I was thinking of, like, once in a while, like, setting aside a period of time. Like, for instance, what if I was going to say, on October 1st, I'm going to start playing Game X. And I know that Game X is only going to be like 15 episodes or so, so I'm going to spend 1 week doing nothing but that. And then I'll go back to my regular games for a while, and then maybe on November 15th I'll decide to play Game Y and do 15 episodes of that. It's an idea I have. I mean, things are going to have to be furlonged for a while. Some things. Like I said, I often lament the fact that I've built myself into a bit of a hole doing the same things over and over. But, I'm trying to find ways around this where I can still satisfy the people who have subscribed to my channel for various things while still, doing new things that breathes fresh life into the channel. Is fun for me as well as attracts new people who might not have been here before. A surprising number of people found me through my SimCity videos, which is something that surprises me, or did surprise me. Now I'm used to it, so you never know. Something new might bring in more people that had not been there before. So, those are just my thoughts. When I get down to a more concrete idea of a platforming game, actually, the next platforming game I'm going to do after this hack is going to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If I can find a ROM that has both in one package, that's what I will be playing next. And eventually I'd love to do a run of all three characters, although I'd be content with just doing Sonic for now and the others later, next year or the year after, whatever. But that will be the next platforming game I'm going to do. But after that, it's wide open. I might even put things to a vote, because I wouldn't be opposed to doing a blind LP, although, me and doing things blind is going to result in lots of people ripping hair out of their heads, so I'm not sure. It might be an experiment worth trying, but, yeah. As I probably said, I was a Sega kid. I had a Sega Genesis, so I might be playing some Sega games I remember as a kid. And if I play some Nintendo games, there might be games that everybody else grew up with, but for me, there'll be new things. Like, there'll be games that you never would expect to see blind runs of, because you never would have suspected that someone wouldn't have played it. For instance, what if I did a blind run of Zelda? Believe it or not, I have never played a Zelda game. To this day. I mean, maybe I might have picked up the controller for 5 minutes at a friend's house at some point in the past, but in terms of actually sat down and played a Zelda game, I have never done it. And it would be funny to do a blind LP of a game that everybody knows. Just for the lulz, I guess. Just things like that are ideas that I have out there. On the flip side, there are some games that I know not that many people have played that I played as a kid, and I'm pretty good at. So I'd like to show some of those off too. Maybe turn some people on to games they might not have played before. So it's like a two-sided coin. A lot of things that everyone knew when they were growing up, I don't know. But there's a lot of things that I know that you might not know. So, a lot of possibilities here. So, those are just some of the ideas I've been throwing out there. I really want to hear what your thoughts are on this. And, yeah, I appreciate any input. Except for those of you asking me to play Sims 3, because I've told you 100 times I will not. So, just sucks to be you if you're into that. But besides that, I'm interested in hearing your suggestions and feedback of, talking about things I might be doing in the future. Well, anyway, it was fun doing this blog. Time to get recording for more episodes. So, goodbye.